ليلوم الخوف والكوابيس والخيانة، ليلوم الخوف والكوابيس والخيانة، نحنا قدامنا الصباح، نحنا قدامنا الصباح.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gedamna Elsabah's Poetry for Sudan event. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge that this event is being hosted here in Burulu on Sovereign Wajak Nungabuja, and that a lot of our participants are based in so-called Australia on unceded Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island lands. Gedamna Elsabah pays our respects to elders past and present, and to all First Nations people across this continent. As a group of settler refugees, we extend our solidarity with First Nations people across the continent and acknowledge that the systems which have allowed us relative safety here in this colony are the same ones which create dispossession and oppression. We recognize that sovereignty was never ceded. This is and always will be Aboriginal land. If you're based in so-called Australia, please, when you introduce yourself, tell us which country you're on. So Gedamna Elsabah is a cultural forum that's concerned with creative and cultural work and the edification of its intersections with civil political resistance in Sudan. This forum is committed to human rights issues and the effective role of the arts in politics and social change. Today's event is to raise awareness of the situation in Sudan and to practice active and radical solidarity. Today we'll be hearing from poets from across the world as they share their poems for Sudan. The situation in Sudan has been dire since two factions from the previous dictatorial regime began a power struggle on April 15th, 2003. The use of heavy weaponry in densely populated areas in Khartoum and other parts of Sudan has led to thousands of deaths, tens of thousands injured, and millions displaced, and massive amounts of destruction. The two generals leading this war against the Sudanese people, Al-Burhan and Hemeti, have had a history of violence and face numerous allegations of war crimes and human rights abuses. Together, these two generals carried out a military coup on the 25th of October, 2021, sabotaging the transitional Sudanese government that was a step towards democracy in the country. They undertook this coup using the Sudanese armed forces and the Sudanese Response Forces, which is a rebranding of the Janjaweed militias, which are the two forces currently battling in the densely populated areas. Currently, the Rapid Response Forces slash Janjaweed militias are using civilians as human shields, while the armed forces are using heavy artillery against the militias. The loss of civilian life has been catastrophic in all areas of Sudan. Sudan civilians at the moment cannot access medical cares as hospitals have been destroyed. There is little access to clean water, and there has been a catastrophic collapse of all infrastructure. The situation changes daily, and we see the issues that are arising daily. There has been mass internal displacements and also exits towards refugee pathways. And this event is mostly to focus on how art can be used as a force of testimony and awareness sharing. And we are very thankful for all of the artists who are joining us here today. Sudanese politics and art are not distinct things, they are one and the same. And so it's very fitting that we have this event. Our next speaker will be Abu Zayd DeGale. Abu Zayd is an Amnesty Brave Award nominee, Refugee Week leader, Refugee Week ambassador, filmmaker, producer, playwright, actor, and storyteller from Newcastle upon Tyne. He was born and raised in Sudan. He graduated from the University of Sunderland with a BA in honors in digital film production in 2014, and he recently finished a MA in art in creative writing in 2022 from Northumbria University in Newcastle. He uses the arts to create social change and raise awareness of issues throughout the world. Thank you so much for joining us.
Abu Zayd DeGale. This poem is for my late sister. She passed away 2 weeks ago. So it's for your soul, Afaf. I'm sure she was looking down there from somewhere. It's called Bereavement Memory. Yeah. As long as the Nile runs from south to the north, and our guardian gods collects our soul's fragments, survivors' stories will be passed through sweat and salty kisses to the children. In our scattering, betrayed by what we can't hold or let go, the empty hugs can tell our profound disagreement with destiny. Gods insulted when mothers weep in severe bereavement memory. Do you have mothers? Do you? The ashes of the beloved ones evaporated in the air. A bullet that targeted the heart was aiming, shot by the hand, but where is the head? If you want to know the meaning of the mother, try to snatch a puppy under the nose of the dog. When they came to take me, I said to my shoes, your companions are here. One of them spat on me, spat on the shoes, and the patch became less darker than his intentions. My words were rushed out under torture, but I did not panic. Do you see that death rushed out? You can kill us, burn our houses, crush our bones, loot our dreams, but you cannot deprive our noses that smell of the land. You cannot take from us that deep longing to our mother's gods. And what about these memories? What about the sky? The air that filled our lungs with the smell of dignity. Can you? You can. As long as the blood still remains in our veins, just like the Nile running from the south toward the north, just like our blood carrying our hopes, no matter the sour taste in the reality throughout, contaminated with disappointment. Even if we cried our eyes out for selective justice myth, still there is a wailer's melody. Nightmares in reality, a lament that carries the memory of the bereavement of hope. And that's lament for the Sudan. There is another one, this for Hemeti and Al-Burhan. I put that because that was about my sister and all the women in Sudan. Confusion. Why you want to eliminate our nation? Why you want to eliminate our nation? Civil war in a risky situation. Is it political rules or your dirty goals? Is it? It was peace land before. No one opens the store. That high score loses many, many more. This now in Khartoum and it was in Darfur. Just I'm asking why for? Is it political rules? Is it? Or you dirty goals? And finally, for our beloved people, and yeah, أهلنا في الطرف حالكم ما تعرف العيشة في قرف والموت ده من طرف الطلقة كف كرف الدانة كف الدوشكة كرف قليبكو كيف نزف ليه دمه بيترف بكانا ليكو حار خلى الدمع نزف. شكرا منتدى قدامنا الصباح. Thank you very much for having me and it means a lot. I was honored to be there with you and to read among like all these great poets. I'm not a poet, like I'm a storyteller, but I'm trying like to tell, just to express what I'm feeling. Thank you very much. I love you so much. And thank you for what you did to Sudan. And I hope in the future I will collaborate with all you beautiful people. Peace and love from Newcastle and peace and love from Sudan. Thank you very much. Rafeif, thank you, Afif, thank you everyone.
ليلوم الخوف والكوابيس والخيانة، ليلوم الخوف والكوابيس والخيانة، نحنا قدامنا الصباح، نحنا قدامنا الصباح.